the years, I've been lucky enough to acquire quite a few different Balsam Hill Christmas tree decorations and embellishments. In the past, I've done a few sponsored videos for Balsam Hill, and so a couple of these ornament sets and embellishments are from those videos, but the other items are things that I purchased on my own, including two new, really fun ornament sets, or I should say, new to me ornament sets that I just received in the mail last Friday. So in this video, I want to show you some close-up looks at each of these different ornament sets so you can kind of get a good idea of what the sets look like in person. So I'm just going to bring the camera in closer and I will start opening the first box. So first we'll start with this set of 25. Now this set comes in two different boxes. So here is the first box. In this first box you can see there's quite a variety of different ornaments, different shapes, different textures. We have a shiny one here, a matte finish here. These are kind of solids, and then we have patterns. So the thing that I really like about this is with all the variety of textures and shapes, it really adds a lot of interest to a Christmas tree. This is one of the first sets of Balsam Hill ornaments that I got, and I have used it every single year since, especially with these red and gold colors, which to me are very, very classic Christmas colors. I've just been able to find ways to incorporate them in different Christmas themes on trees. One year I did a red and gold Christmas tree. Last year I used these on my staircase garland, which was really fun, and they just added a nice detail to the garland. If 25 ornaments isn't enough to decorate a tree or possibly even a wreath or a garland, obviously they have lots of different ornaments that you can also purchase to fill in the look. But if you're trying to save a little bit of money and just want to have some pretty embellishment like this to add along with other ornaments that you either already have, you can use even, I think on the garland I used a few containers of shatterproof ornaments that were kind of matching colors, but they weren't quite as decorative, but they were a nice filler. So that is something that, just an idea of something you can do to fill out the rest of the look if you don't have quite as many ornaments as you need. This one, just really neat. I love indented style Christmas ornaments because it's just such an old-fashioned looking thing. This has kind of this gem accent right in the center, as you can see. But the other thing that I like about a lot of the Balsam Hill ornaments that I have is their larger scale than the average Christmas ornament. Some of them are. In this box you can see they're pretty much about the same size. This is probably one of the smaller ornaments here, but again, really neat details on it. But I have a separate box here to show you. So this is kind of the average size Christmas ornament, and then next to it, a Balsam Hill. So you can see the Balsam Hill ornaments are a little bit larger scale, some of them quite a bit larger scale than the average ornaments, which, when you add it to a large Christmas tree, really does go a ways in filling in the look on the tree. So that is something that I really do kind of like about their ornaments. Each time I get a box in the mail, I am kind of surprised at the size that the ornaments end up being compared to what they look like online, because they reference the size in the descriptions of the ornaments, but just seeing them in person, you know, they're larger than I usually think that they'll be, in a good way. I do have a little tape measure here, so I can kind of show you in this first box a little bit the size of these. So this one right here, you can see is about 6 inches tall. So, I mean, that's a decent sized ornament. And the regular one here, this one is, just the glass portion of it is maybe like 3.5 inches. So let's see, which other one should I do? This one here. So he is, I mean, 4.5 inches, probably 4.5. You could say 5 with the top. So I mean, they're good sized Christmas ornaments. And I'll just lift up a few more of these just to give you kind of a look at the detail. Now this is not a fresh box of ornaments. I've used these for 3 seasons already, so they may have a little bit of dust on them from decorating, especially since I decorate so early. Let's spin this one up so you can see that one close. Even just a variety of different glitters on this one just kind of adds to the detail of it. But yeah, these hooks, you know, I added those myself because I used these on my staircase garland last year, but they do have these strings, so that is what you could use to hang them on a tree. But just very, very pretty, lots of nice texture. So let's open up the second box here. Okay, so this is the second box. And I mean, the other box was exciting, but this one does have some really, really pretty ornaments in it as well. I mean, look at this one. So we have all these little kind of beads and just such nice texture and design on these. I mean, one thing I'll say is I've been out shopping for Christmas ornaments at a variety of different stores, and it is really, really hard to find anything even remotely like these. The size that they are, usually this style of ornament wouldn't come in a set. If you're looking in a store, it'd be more you purchase them singly, and a lot of times they'd probably run between $8 to $15 because they'd be at like a specialty gift shop. I'm thinking of this one store that I love shopping at, but a lot of the decorative ornaments like these you purchase singly. It is kind of nice having them in a set like this, and also just having the box to store these in is really, really great. So here's another ornament. Size-wise, for these ones, just do a little measuring. So this little one here is about, as you can see, 6 inches roughly. There's this pretty kind of snowflake star style or sunburst style ornament here. So that one's about 4, and it's kind of like a mercury glass style finish on these. And I think pretty much the glass, just regular sphere shaped ones, are about all the same size. So this one, let's see here. Yeah, that one's about 3.5 as well. So just kind of like the other one. There's these in this set as well, which are very long ornaments, but very, very pretty. Has that mercury glass style finish again. This one is, gracious here, let me see. This one is a little over 10 inches. So I mean, yeah, it's a good size ornament. And I believe, yeah, there's another one of those right under in the tissue. But yes, lots of variety of shapes and textures and patterns. Here's another one. It's really, really, really neat. Little gem accents and the glitter, of course, and metallics. I love this set. There's just endless uses for it. And I mean, if you decided one year that you didn't want to just do red and gold, you could always mix in a second or a third color. So you could obviously put green with this, and it would make it very, very classic Christmas coloring. Let me see here. Yeah, so there's this one as well. Another very pretty decorative ornament. One thing I'll say, just for anyone who is thinking about getting one of these Balsam Hill ornament sets, or already has one, or just received one but hasn't used it yet, take a picture with your phone of the box before you take the ornaments out, because then after this season, you'll know exactly which compartments fit each ornament the best. So that's just a little tip, because the first year I took all these out and then I couldn't remember how they went back in, and it wasn't too hard to figure out how to get them to fit, but if you take a picture, then you won't even have to worry about that. So in the same collection, we have this set of 6 Finial ornaments. Now, when you're looking at these online, take note of the size, because they are very sizable ornaments. Actually, I'm gonna turn this box around because it's opening up a little bit towards the camera. Okay, there we go. So this is that set. They are very, very pretty. There's a couple different sizes in here. So this is one of those. So as you can see, kind of has this gold glitter detail, and the finish is almost like a silver ornament that probably had a red glaze put over top. So it just has this dimensional, interesting look. But size-wise for this one here, which I believe is one of the largest in the box, let's see here. So this one is approximately, yeah, I mean, it's like 14.5 inches long. And let's see. Yeah, I mean, 4.5 inches at the widest. So it is a very sizable ornament. Now you can put sizable ornaments like this on a 7.5-foot Christmas tree and it will not look strange. I actually have a video on my channel where I decorated the red and gold Christmas tree. So if you find that video, all of the ornaments on that tree are not all of them are from Balsam Hill, but some of them are. And I believe I use these on that tree. So this is a slightly smaller size, as you can see. Just get my measuring tape out again, just to show what size this one is. Okay, so the smaller one is about 12, maybe a little over 12 inches. And then that one is about, I'm gonna say 3.5 across at the widest. So yeah, I think it's about 2 different sizes. So I'm thinking you get, 3 of the large and 3 of the slightly smaller, but they're still all fairly sizable ornaments. I really like the box that this one came in as well, just for storage, because it's nice and soft and the ornaments kind of are easy to get out and to store back away for the next season, and it keeps them nice and protected until the next year. So yeah, that is the Finial set. So the next set we'll jump right on in is the Farmhouse Christmas ornament set, and this is a set of 25. So this, like the other one, is a 2-box set. It's a little bit dusty from storing in our basement. So this one isn't a set that's new for me this year. I've had this for a couple years now. So here is that one. So as you can see, again, kind of like the other set, a variety of different textures. We have these ones with the brushed looking finish, the ones with kind of a mercury glass style finish, these ones like this right here, because these are like a shiny mercury glass, and these ones are mercury glass style with a like a frosted soft finish over the top. So a nice variety. And then I love these kind of plaid style ornaments. As you can see, I was removing some of the original hooks so that I could use my green hooks. But these did come with, I'm pretty sure, because I can see one right here, that these came with a hanger or, you know, a string hanger attached to it. But yes, very, very, very neat details, kind of the multicolored paint underneath with this raised kind of glittery striping and lines. Size-wise for these ones, now I think these are similar to that first set that I was showing. Okay. If you don't include the little top piece, I would say the glass ball, let's just do it this way. The glass ball is about 3.5, I'd say, across. So that is the average size of these just round ornaments. This one seems like it might be a little bit bigger. Yeah, I'd say this one's 4 across and then about 4 down to the point. So that is kind of a size, or a look at the size of these ones. It does come with some interesting other shape ornaments as well, as you can see. So we have these styles, so there's a couple of those. And let's see here, there's like a little smaller version, as you can see. So these are so this one's about, I'd say, 8 inches, and let's see, 2.5, I'd say, across the widest point. So that's kind of the size of these ones. And these tinier ones are approximately, I'd say, 2.5 across and maybe a little over 4 inches tall. So again, a nice variety of different ornaments. And I think, yeah, there's another something snuck under here. I'm assuming it might be another something similar to that, but I'm not sure. But yeah, so this is the first box. So let's open the second one. And here is the second box. So now this one has these interesting ones with the kind of fun tops and then mercury glass, but kind of wavy finish. Just really, really neat. And these feel like they might be a little bit larger scale than the other circles. Let me see here. These ones are, 4 inches by, about 4 inches by 4 inches, I would say, for this one's, or these ones of this style. But yes, just really, really neat. Really, really neat. And these, I just like the rustic look of these, because you could use these for kind of a woodsy tree. Of course, it's called a farmhouse set, and I could totally see this being a farmhouse style ornament set. I actually use these on a Northwood style tree and just love them for it. And here we have more of the plaid style ornaments. And this one right here with all the gold glitter and the just kind of striping kind of going around, showing of the red underneath. Just kind of a really interesting and neat ornament. So, and I see we have more of those kind of finial style ornaments here in a few different colors. And then it also did come with just these little accents. So we have a few of these bells. So there's some red ones and some kind of rustic silver colored ones, along with this jingle bell wreath ornament. So again, nice variety of just different things in this ornament set. So next we'll take a look at the Alpine Grove ornament set of 35. Now the 2 boxes, so this came in 2 different boxes, and this is a set that I've had for a couple years now, but I couldn't get all of the boxes to fit on the table because it got way too close to the camera, so I will bring the other box up here in a moment. So this is I should say, I don't know if it's the first or second box, but this is one of the boxes. Now, these ornaments are fairly large, as you can probably see here. These ones are just neat with this kind of frosty looking, almost snow-like material inside. And then we have these painted kind of snowy branches with berries on the on the decorating the outside. But yes, I should get my measuring tape out here for this one because I'm kind of curious how big that one actually is. So in the other sets, a lot of the round ball-shaped ornaments averaged about 3.5 inches, I believe. This one is it's probably about 4.5, maybe a little bit larger than 4.5. So that's kind of a size reference of these ones. And again, I'll hold these up to the average size ornament that you get at other stores. So, I mean, you can see it's quite a bit larger. So it does go further on a Christmas tree just because of the size difference here. So there's a couple of these, and then we have these interesting ones that have almost a naturey kind of, it's a mixture of, when I first saw them, I'm thinking birch tree, but actually it's kind of like an egg with the speckling and kind of the different gradient dustings here and there. And then it has this iridescent glitter over the top of the design. So just a really interesting, neat woodsy texture to this. And these ones are a little bit smaller, I can tell from these ones over here. And then, so we have a couple of those, and then also in this set, we have a few of these. Now, these again are really pretty. They kind of have like, there's so much different texture on these. It's like a mercury glass that's gone over with this kind of antiquing, really rustic looking kind of brush strokes here. And then you have this painted kind of pine needles and branches. And then this interesting paint that kind of is raised to make it look like a pine cone. So just really neat textures on these. I mean, this ornament set has such a variety of shapes and textures and different things they used for embellishments. So this one is very similar, just a different shape. And measurement wise, just for those that are curious, this one is about, I'd say 5 inches of just the glass tall by approximately, I'd say three across. So that's kind of the size of this one right here. But yes, over here now we have these acorn style Christmas ornaments, and there's red ones and kind of the silvery neutral colored ones. But yes, real pine cone pieces on top, kind of gone over with a snowy look of glitter and some paint. And then we have this little bit of striping coming down on the ornaments. Just really neat textures and look for these. Now, these little acorn style ones are approximately, I'd say 4 inches tall. And at the widest point, if we're gonna talk about the pine cone, is about 4 inches. So that's kind of a size reference on these. I'll bring one of the off-white ones up to the camera just so you can kind of see what they look like. Again, these I believe came with ties attached to them that I ended up replacing with my green ornament hooks. That was something I didn't want to forget to mention. But it did also come with some other interesting things. So we have these, or I should say this, I can't remember if there's just one or if there's more. I think there's just one of these, but has this cute little bird nest. So that's just a fun, different addition that just adds to the rustic, naturey look of the set. And then it also had these twig spheres with these kind of, icy, crystally looking things attached to them. And then it's just kind of frosted in glitter as well. So these are just kind of another thing to add just a little bit different texture and variety to a Christmas tree. And size-wise for that, we'll just measure it really quick. It's about 4.5, I'd say, by, well, maybe it's 5. 4.5 or 5 by the same. So yeah, that's how large that is. So I'm gonna put this box away and grab the other box. So here we have box number 2. So in this one, as you can see, we have these taller, slender ornaments. Now, again, this is done in a similar finish as the ones from the other box, just a different shape. So it has kind of this iridescent iridescent glitter to it, and the kind of speckled, almost naturey egg style look. So there's 2 of these, and size-wise for these, I'll just measure again really quick. These ones are approximately 10 inches tall by 2 inches across. So they are fairly, again, sizable Christmas ornaments. I actually used these in a video that I did that was sponsored by Balsam Hill a few years ago. I used these large ornaments on a small, it was around 5-foot Christmas tree, and it looked great. So you definitely can get away with using larger scale ornaments on trees under 7.5 feet with no problem. There's this cute little mushroom ornament in here. Again, just adding to the variety of different shapes and textures. And this is a clip style ornament, so that's kind of how you would attach that, but just really neat. Another one of those frosty kind of sphere style twig ornaments. And another one right in here. So there's and another one. Okay, so the set has about 4, if I counted correctly, of those kind of frosty twig sphere style ornaments. And the birdies absolutely, obviously have a soft spot for birds because we have a fun little canary. But yeah, so here is a close-up look of one of those. So it has almost this frosty, oops, there goes the ornament hook again. It has a frosty kind of finish to it. I don't know if it kind of shows up here, but kind of a silvery, neutral colored ornament with this brown and kind of a brown glitter stripe accent, just to show kind of feathers, and a little tail here with some branches underneath and some snowy accents. So just an adorable ornament. Size-wise for this one, just set him down here. So he is approximately, let's say, to the tail, about a little over 4 inches, but about 4 inches. And then from the twigs to the top of the head, probably 3 inches. So yeah, that is the size of him. These are really pretty. So we have kind of a feathery accent with more of this glitter and kind of this fine lines of glitter striping just coming down the glass portion of the ornament, which is done almost in like a gradient. There's like this kind of smoky brown that fades to a smoky, probably just frosted clear color at the bottom. But yes, so that is what these ones look like, and this set has a couple of those. So again, with just the different variety of accents and embellishments, it's another just interesting texture to add to a tree. And these are the same size, approximately, I'd say. Yeah, these are about the same size as those. And the set also comes with 2 little owls. So I believe they are the same style, so I'll just take one out, but it has just the little face And pine cone wings, a very neat way of doing that, and just to kind of go with some of the other pine cone ornaments, like in the last box with the acorn style ones. But this again is done with kind of a mercury glass style finish with a almost white dry brushing over the top of it, and then the snowy accents on the wings. So yeah, that is that one. Size-wise, it is comparable to the other bird over here, but I will measure it just for anybody interested. Let's see. So from about the top of the head to the bottom of the tail, it's about 4.5 inches. And he is approximately 2.5, we'll say about 2.5 wide. So that is kind of the size of him. And last in this set is another decorative bird. So this one has kind of some red glitter accents right on the face above the beak and some little eyes, kind of a gradient style paint job on this one just to give it the look of a natural bird. So yes, again, another very, very pretty ornament. And size-wise, this one is comparable to this one, maybe even slightly, just the slightest bit larger. So let's see. From the tail to the little beak, we have about 5.5 inches. And it is approximately from the top of the head to the bottom, 2 3/4, I'd say. So yeah, that's about the size that this little one is. But yeah, I'm gonna put this box away and I will bring out the next set. So the next thing I was gonna show you are these adorable ski ornaments. Now, these are the Nordic Frost Alpine Ski Ornament set, and it is a set of 4. I have a couple sets right here, as you can see, but this is a set of 4. This is what the skis look like. So they're wooden, and then they have actual metal accents here. So it kind of has this rustic looking finish, as you can see. Let's see if I can get it to show up a little bit better. And then this portion right here where the shoes would go in for the skis. I mean, these are really cute and made really well. It's a nice sturdy ornament. And then they come with these attached, these wires attached to the back. Now, these were something that I also received from Balsam Hill for a sponsored video that I did with those other ornaments for a small Christmas tree on my channel a few years ago. And I had to laugh to myself afterwards because I wasn't sure if I used these the correct way. I'm pretty sure that's what these are meant for, but I use these to attach these ornaments to the tree. So I kind of use these wires, as you can see here, to wrap around the branches of the Christmas tree to get the ornaments to stay on the tree. And I was thinking after the fact, I hope these weren't meant to be like ski posts or something. And here I'm showing their, Christmas ornaments and being like, yeah, you can use these to wrap around the branches. I'm pretty positive that is what these are here for. So yes. So anyway, I use these to attach the ornaments to the tree, and it worked great because they give you a nice amount of wire on these. And I just kind of put them on the tree, and then I just bent these outward and then just kind of wrapped around the branches to get them to stay, and it held them in place just great. So size-wise for these, now these were another one of those things where I saw the dimensions on their website, but they were still a little bit unexpected when I got them in the mail because they are a little larger than you would probably think looking at the pictures. So measuring like this, it's about 13 inches, as you can see, to the end of these skis. So they are fairly sizable ornaments, and across, we'll say about 5 inches at the furthest point. Again, even though they're a sizable ornament, they are definitely not too big for any Christmas tree, because I use these on a 5.5 or 5 foot tree in that one video, which is a video on my channel you can check out if you like and are curious to see how I decorated with these on a tree. But I think I used about 3 of these on the face of the tree that you could see in the video, and then I used a couple on the back as well. But they were just a fun rustic addition that just gave it kind of a wintry cabin style, even just really cozy look. So I really enjoyed these, and actually I'm going to be bringing these to my grandma's house when I decorate her Christmas tree this year, along with the Alpine Grove ornament set, so we can kind of do a rustic cabin tree at her place. So I think she'll really enjoy that. So I do have a few more fun ornament sets to show you, but I thought I'd take a break from those for a little bit just to show you some other embellishments that I have. So the first ones that I'll show you here are these frosted, I believe they were called frosted acanthus leaves. And I originally got these as part of a sponsored video that I did for Balsam Hill. This was, again, with all those woodsy ornaments. And I picked them out because I thought they looked kind of like oak leaves, which my grandparents' place back in the day when I was a kid had oak trees, and so it just kind of was something as an addition to the tree that made it kind of feel special to me. But so this is what the frosted acanthus leaves look like. This is probably not a great example of them because when you fluff these out, they do get fairly spread out and larger. So let's just do that here. Okay, so that is a little bit better view of these frosted leaves. And the picks for these, the stems that they're attached to, are fairly long here. So just for measurement's sake, for those that are curious, from the very top leaf, and I'm sure there's some variance in this from pick to pick, but yes, okay, so we have it at the very top and all the way at the bottom here. It's about 28 inches, so that is how long this floral pick is. And as far as the decorative portion of the floral pick, that is about 13 inches. And when it's spread out about this much, it's about 10 to 11 inches across. Obviously, you could spread these out even further, but this is usually about what I do. And as far as the leaves are about, that one's 8 inches, this one's 7, this one looks like 7, 6, and 5. So they kind of get a little bit smaller towards the top, which would make sense just for the style that a natural pick like this would be. And in this box, we have all of these snowy branches, and each one comes kind of wrapped in a plastic. So these are something I got a few years ago as well. But these stems are very long. So let me see here. I'll just grab the tape measure so I can give you a good idea. So they are between 43 and 44 inches tall. So they are quite a tall stem. And as far as where the snowy and branchiness starts, that portion of the stem, let's take it out of the box here. Yeah, there's about 31 to 32 inches of the decorative portion. So, I mean, they're a good size floral stem. And honestly, when I use them on the tree, I actually cut them in half, because then I got 2 picks out of one, and so I could spread them out a little bit further. But the long ones would be good for if you're, making a topper on a tree and you want it to really stand tall, or if you're doing a much larger Christmas tree. Yeah, you can see here, here's one that I pruned, but this is kind of what it looks like outside of the package. So it has this kind of soft, cottony almost feeling snowy finish, and then it has like a glitter in it as well. So yeah, and this one actually, this is the box it came in, so I can tell you what it's called. These are Snowy Branch Picks, and this was a set of 12. So yes, that is those. So next we'll move on to a couple tree toppers. Here is one of the tree toppers that I got. So this one actually lights up, which let me see if I can get it plugged in for you. So this is this tree topper and what it looks like all plugged in. So I believe it has, yes, it appears that this one has incandescent lights in it. So it's a very nice warm light that it emits. And then the finish here has kind of this gold, and it's a metal. So I mean, this is a neat topper if you're looking for a lighted Christmas tree topper, and one that's just, you know, a little bit more detailed than maybe the average Christmas star. And size-wise, I mean, this is a sizable topper here. I can't remember exactly what size it is, so I will measure it. We are about, it's about 11 by 11 it appears. So that is the size that this topper is. But I've used this on a tree, and I mean, it was fun having a lighted topper. Normally I don't have lighted Christmas tree toppers, but this was kind of a fun thing to use for that. And I'll bring it in closer just so you can get an idea of the finishes. I'm trying not to knock my camera over here, but it's just a great star tree topper. And it comes on this post here. So this is what you would use to attach it to the main stem of your Christmas tree. And the cord here is decently long, but yeah, and the way that you would attach this to a tree is you'd put this against the center stem and then tie it to the center stem using these little holes, or I mean, you could get away with even probably just going around this main post, but it is a really nice way to get it really nice and sturdy. And now, segueing into some of the fun new decorations that I purchased from Balsam Hill's website, or I should say new to me decorations. Here is this red Christmas star. Now this comes on a really long post as well to use to attach it to the main stem of the tree. But the detail on this, I mean, their website pictures are great, but it's so pretty in person. Just very, very, of course, sparkly, but the details on it, just kind of the beaded look of this is really, really fun. And it has kind of a vintage style look to it to me. Hold it out at a distance a little bit just so you can kind of see. But it has kind of a red velvety style main undercolor here, and then this kind of gold trim going along and around the outside of the star. And then this is what kind of the main portion looks like. So lots of different embellishments, kind of some pearl looking ones, sequins, gems, just lots and lots of different details. So pretty up close, super gorgeous from a distance. It just has so much detail to it. So I don't know if it's all showing up on camera, but yes, I am so excited to use this one this year. This is gonna go on, or I'm planning on it going on our living room Christmas tree. But yeah, so this, and it is on both sides. Size-wise, let me measure this one now. Okay, so from the top point to one of the bottom points, I'd say it's about 12 inches. But this, I believe, I think I only saw that there was one size that it comes in, which is the 12-inch, but the 12-inch will be great for, average-sized Christmas trees and even some larger ones as well. So this is another thing that I treated myself with this Christmas season. It is a beaded garland. Now this comes with 3 sets, and each set are 6 feet long. And these are actually glass, which is something that I really thought was super neat, because the antique garlands, of course, were glass, and I have a few glass antique garlands, but I loved the tinsel detail that they had instead of just the plain white string that you see in a lot of beaded garlands. It's just a nice little detail, and it really gives it kind of a vintagey look. And so there's some nice texture, as you can see, on the main larger kind of ornament style beads, and then these smaller, a little bit smaller ones have this kind of frosted stripe across the silver ornament, or I should say bead, and then you just have these plain ones right down here, and then we're back to the larger ones. So I believe it follows that same pattern across. But again, in the usual Balsam Hill style, they are, I feel like they're so much prettier. They do such a great job with their photography on their website, but they are really pretty in person, and larger. They are larger than I thought they would be. The garlands are the length I thought they'd be, but the beads themselves are, fairly good size. So let me get my tape measure and just kind of give you an idea. So the large beads are about 1.5 inches across, I'd say. And the smaller, slightly smaller, about 1 inch. And then the smallest are probably 3/4 inch. So that is the size that these Christmas beads are. Let's see if I can take a little bit more of it out just to kind of give you an idea of what, more of it looks like than just kind of collect it all together in a bunch. But I think these will be really pretty on the tree that I'm planning them for. I'm planning on them actually going on the same tree as the red topper. So I think just the vintage feel of that and then the vintagey feel of these will just work really well together. So that is I believe they're called gold glass bead garland. So again, it's a set of 3, and each set is 6 foot long. I bought 2 sets of 3, so I have 6 6-foot sets. And I'm hoping that's enough for a tree, because it does take quite a few beads, but at the same time, it just depends on the style that you're going for and how you're decorating it, because you can get away with doing less. And here is how they were kind of packaged. So they came in this kind of plastic tray. So they just each bead kind of fits into the tray, which will be nice for storing after the season. And now we are jumping back to my newest Christmas ornament sets. So these I have not decorated with yet, but I plan to this year, and I'm really excited. So this is the Winter White Glass Ornament set of 25. Now, some of the other sets that were larger sets came with multiple boxes, but these ones are kind of a little bit more of just a larger box that is double layered. So I'll open the box and show you the first layer. So here we have the first layer of ornaments. So as you can see, this is a very neutral colored Christmas ornament set. And again, it has quite a nice variety of just different textures. So let's see, which one do we want to start with first? So we have these nice large shaped ornaments, and they kind of have this interesting, I'm not exactly sure how they did this, finish that just gives it kind of like a frosty, almost snow against a glass window pane look. So just really, really pretty and neat. And then the tops of the clear glass are done with some more glitter and beads. So that's kind of how those are done. And again, these come with the silver ties. But size-wise for these ones, I will get my little measuring tape. So these are approximately a little over 9 inches long by a little under 2.5. So that's kind of the size of this ornament here. And there are a couple ornaments in this exact shape and style. These ones are kind of more like a teardrop shape, just really, really pretty. Same finish as the other ones. And so here's kind of a look at those. But yes, just really, really, really neat. And just to give measurements for those that are curious, I feel like some people may watch this video with a specific one of these ornament sets in mind, so I really want to make sure that they know hopefully find out what they're coming here for. So this is, about 6 inches by a little under 3 inches across. So that's the size of kind of these teardrop shaped ones. So let's see. Actually, this looks like another. This is even yet another different shape. It's similar to those, but it's almost like a mixture of a teardrop, but then coming to a point here. So here's another just really, I really like these. They just have such a wintry, frosty look to them, but then with the hint of gold just adds kind of a warmth. So there are also these interestingly shaped large ornaments again. So these are kind of like a mercury glass style finish with some gold glitter, striping and white brushing just to give it kind of a wintry texture. So size-wise for this one, it is approximately, let's say, about 8 inches tall by approximately a little under, but around 3 inches wide. So that's kind of the size of this larger decorative one here. Here's another one, just a fairly, similar shape, but different. This is a really neutral set, so I mean you could mix it with lots of different ornament sets, but perfect for like frosty trees, wintry looks. So just really, really, really fun. I'm excited to decorate with these. I really am. And we have these ones, so a little bit more of a wider version of some of the other style with just a different way that the textures added. So we have this gold striping kind of encircling the ornament with more of that kind of almost like melting snow on a glass window pane looking finish. So just really, really, really neat. So there's a couple of these, but again, just to give you a size reference to these other ornaments, which I call the average size Christmas ornaments, you can see, there is a size difference here. So, these are fairly sizable ornaments. So they do seem to go a little bit further when decorating a Christmas tree. So here we have another ornament, very similar shape to the ones over here, but this one has almost like an iridescent added to the finish, along with kind of these brushings of gold glitter accents. So, and it again has this kind of just frosty, wintry look on the clear glass. And also snuck in here is yet again another different shape, but with similar texture and finish as the previous ornament that I showed. So in the second layer, as you can see, we have some more similar style ornaments as the first. So we have, you know, more of these with this gold striping and the wintry kind of finish. But we also have a few silver ornaments with that kind of wintry speckled finish. So here's kind of a close-up of that. And this actually has the gold glitter kind of brushing on it as well. Just really a neat, interesting texture. So there's a couple of these, as you can see. And then this one, very similar style to the other ones in the other box, shape and kind of finish, but instead on this really, really metallic silver. So it just adds kind of another interesting texture, but also keeping the look of the whole ornament set neutral. But yes, that is that ornament set. So the final ornament set that I'll show you today is the silver and gold glass ornament set of 35. Now, just like the previous set, this is a larger box with double layers. So I will show you the first layer first. So this again is a new to me Balsam Hill ornament set that I just got in the mail last Friday. And so I'll just start taking these out of the box so you can see what they look like. Just very, very interesting shapes in this set. And neat finishes and neutral colors. So it's pretty much, as the name suggests, silver and gold. So up close you can kind of see there's this almost leaf style pattern, and then it has kind of a glitter outlining just to enhance kind of the just very different shape of this ornament. And it's kind of has a mercury glass style finish. With almost a frostedness over top, just to give it a little bit of a matte look. Size-wise for this ornament, and probably some of the similar sized ones, just to give you a peek here. So this is approximately, I'd say 3.5 inches by the same. So that's kind of a size reference of this one. And it looks like, yes, so there's a couple of this style in the set. So here's a look at another one. So different shape. This one now is a little bit more silver than gold, but it has this gold glitter and bead and sequin kind of trim around the center. And then we have kind of these frosty stripe lines coming down from the top. So just really, really, really interesting, neat finishes and textures across all these ornaments. This ornament set just has such a variety of different textures that it just really is interesting and, you know, fun to look at. So here's another one. So here's kind of what that one looks like. Has kind of this scalloped / scale design with kind of the little gem embellishments here and there on a mercury glass style finish. So here's a look at another ornament in the set. So again, it kind of has this frosted mercury glass style finish, but it also has this really shiny kind of gold paint that almost has the appearance of gold leaf over top of it. So it just kind of adds another interesting texture upon already two interesting textures. So there's a couple of those that look like that. And then, let's see, we have another looking scalloped ornament over here. This one has kind of this gem style border around, and then this glitter and sequin style kind of strokes coming down. And it also has kind of an slightly variance in, I don't know, I'm trying to think how to describe this, but you can see these lines in the glass just as part of the style of the glass itself. And then it has that mercury glass style finish. So just very, very, very detailed ornaments here. And here's one of these. So this is very similar to these, just a little bit wider and shorter. So just, you know, everything coordinates in these ornament sets well with each other, but also there's enough variety to keep it interesting, and so they're the same but they're different, if that makes sense. But here is another interestingly shaped ornament with the gold glitter accents and sequin accents, as you can see, and then little gems here and there. And there are a few of these indent style ornaments, which again, I absolutely love indented style Christmas ornaments just because of the vintage indented ornaments. So this was one of the sellers of the set to me, and it has a few of these in the set. So that is just, you know, really fun. But it has kind of this metallic embellishment in the center, kind of some stripes of fine glitter to show off the lines kind of coming outward here, and then a little bit heavier style glitter on the outside, so it's just texture and texture and texture. And then the outside of this one anyway has kind of this waffle style look, which is very interesting, and again with a mercury glass style, you know, as you can kind of see, finish underneath. So just very, very, very neat. So let's open up and look at the next layer. So this is the second layer of ornaments, and just so many really, really fun, neat, different ones. Love these stars, just so, so cool. And I mean, when you really look at these close up, you kind of notice a little bit more and more detail. So like these ones, we have a mercury glass kind of backdrop, but there's also kind of shiny gold in this portion here, and then it's a frosted matte look, then shiny again, then frosted. So it has kind of a neat difference in finish across the ornament. And then over the top of that, we have this fine glitter stripes that kind of follow the crevices of the ornament. And then of course the little gem in the center. So just really, really neat variety of different details. And like I said, they're fun because they're interesting to look at, and they all coordinate well together in similarities, but they're also different. So it's just, you know, intriguing to kind of take a little bit and look at. Size-wise for the stars here, these are approximately, it's hard to say, I'd say 4.5 inches, maybe close to 5. I feel like this ornament is a little taller than it is wide, just by a bit. So between 4.5 and 5 inches is how large the star ornament is here. And there's a couple different stars. So we have, it looks like 2 of these, and then there's also a couple of these. So as you can see, these are more uniform and these are more elongated. And also they seem to have a little bit more of the shiny, shiny gold to them. So that's kind of what those look like. They have the glitter striping in the crevices similar to the other ones, but the finish is different. So they just look a lot, just very, very shiny. And so size-wise of these ones, they look like they may be a little bit narrower than the other ones, but taller. So let's see here. Across we have about 3.75, 3 3/4 inches, I'd say. And then top to bottom on these, we have, honestly, they're close to 6 inches long. So, I mean, they are fairly sizable ornaments. Again, I'll bring up the little box just to give you an idea of these compared to about the average ornament. So as you can see, you know, there is a difference in size with these. Yeah, so the ornaments that I've been using as comparison, those red ornaments that I just took away, those are approximately 2.5 inch across. And I think that's fairly average for a round ornament. So again, like I was saying, these ornaments just are a little bit larger scale. These bells I thought were just funny. They looked smaller online than they were in person. And I mean, in person, they're just really, really pretty. Now this is glass. So it's just a really pretty, you know, as you can see, there's a little jingle bell inside. So that kind of gives it the bell sound. But we have a variety of different glitters, and there's even some of these kind of almost glitter sprinkle style shaped pieces of glitter on the top. But yeah, so this is the bell. Get my measuring tape out one more time I shouldn't say one more time because I might measure a few others that I feel that others might be interested in knowing. So these bells are about 4.5 inches tall, and they are about 4.25 across. So that's kind of a size idea for those. I'll just put that right back in there just so the little jingle bell isn't jingling too much before I get it on a tree. The funny thing too is I've had these since Friday, but I really haven't taken them all out to look at them. So like these ones, I'm like, oh, those are cool. Because I you know, never got all these out of the box. I've been kind of waiting for this video to kind of take a close look at all of these. So this is, again, another different shape and style of ornament. And it has the fine glitter kind of going down the edges, as you can see. And then the top has a variety of different, looks like kind of small, almost sequin style pieces with other just different sparkly embellishments that are a little bit larger, so it adds, you know, a nice texture and difference while staying in the theme. So yeah, it looks like there's 2 of those. And again, there's more of these indented style ornaments, slightly different style than the other ones that I showed you previously. As you can see, this one doesn't have the waffle exterior, it's more the matte finish mercury glass, and then it has kind of this scalloping of glitter around the outer edge. So very similar but slightly different than the ones in the other layer. And then we have some more of these elongated ornaments with just neat shapes kind of in this glass work, and you know, the sequins again, the glitter, so all matching styles, but just a different shape. Here's another one just a little bit more elongated. And then there's a couple of these. So these are just smooth gold mercury glass style finished elongated ornaments. And again, fairly sizable. So just to get my measuring tape out for this yet again here. So this is approximately, I'd say 9.5 inches by maybe 2 at the widest point. So that's kind of a size idea for these. Let me see, I think it went in the other way. Like I said, again, before you take these ornaments out of the boxes and decorate your trees, I feel like take a picture with your phone, and then you'll have and know exactly how and where each one of these ornaments fit in the box, so you're not having to struggle with it after the season. I mean, it's something that you can figure out, but I just feel like that would make it a little bit easier. And here we have another one of these. So again, just neat details and textures. So yeah, that is that ornament set. So one thing I wanted to touch on too before I wrap up this video is I know that Balsam Hill ornaments may not fit everyone's budget, especially if you want to do multiple trees in your home or you're just starting out and you don't really have any ornaments already. I have been collecting ornaments for years, and so it isn't something that I purchased all at once. It's something that I've kind of slowly done over time. And I will say Christmas and just decorating in general is my entertainment. And so I've saved up to be able to purchase these fun ornament sets. And I do kind of wait and check and see, when there's sales, because any bit helps. But, I don't just decorate with Balsam Hill. I decorate with thrift store finds, garage sale finds. I love shopping after Christmas clearance at stores, and I get a lot of my stuff for my trees and decorating that way. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really, really hope that this helped you get a close-up look at whichever one of these ornament sets you may have been curious about or interested in, or maybe you didn't know about Balsam Hill and what they had for ornaments. This is definitely just a small portion of the ornament sets that they have. This is just the stuff that I happen to have here and that I've, like I said, slowly accumulated over the years. But yeah, I hope this helps you if you're thinking about one of those sets and didn't know what they looked like up close and was curious about what size they were and different things like that. So I hope this was informative. But thank you so much for watching. And like I said before, I really, really cannot wait to get started decorating for Christmas. Welcome to my channel. I'm Christopher Heidemann, and I love to decorate. Over the years, I've had a blast sharing a variety of craft and decorating videos. From cozy fall and spooky Halloween to warm and inviting Christmas. And other fun videos including seasonal home tours, garden tours, simple desserts and treats, floral arrangements, and other projects to make your holidays and home even more spectacular.